Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Action Force Swarm Trooper and Swarm Gear Pack. Thank you for watching this video, or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or, just help channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. Let's begin our tour of duty with the packaging, and let's start with the Swarm Gear set. Action Force, nice illustration of the accessories that come in here. Swarm Gear set, Valaverse. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, don't feed it to the babies, Valaverse, barcode, Action Force, Bobby Vala, made in China. No, Bobby Vala wasn't made in China, I don't think. Pretty sure not. And illustration, Action Force, and the Action Force logo. On the top, Action Force, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole, and Valaverse, upside down of course. And then on the back you get one action point. You can scan this. There's some nice 3D renders of the accessories. Valaverse.com. Follow Valaverse on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Valaverse. And that's the accessory set. Now let's take a look at the Swarm Trooper. On the top, Valaverse. Action Force. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole. A little bit of a window to let light in from the top. And let's... There. That might be a little better. Nice big window showcasing the figure and his accessories. Action Force Swarm Trooper Valaverse. On the bottom, Action Force. Small print, fine print, legalese print. Created by Bobby Vala print. Colors products may vary. Valaverse. Don't give it to the babies. Barcode. Made in China. And on this side, nice illustration of the Swarm Trooper. And Swarm Trooper is 0104. So I'm assuming that's Wave 1, Figure 4. And then there's that honeycomb stuff. Action Force! And the Action Force logo. On the back, we have the cross sale, the rest of Wave 1. Here, Condor, Bone Collector, Steel Brigade, Swarm Trooper, so yeah, he's number 4. Karak, and Sergeant Slaughter in his full fatigue getup. Scan for additional Action Force products, and there it is if you want to scan it. Cut and save combat profile, and if you want to read that, I'm not going to try and read it to you, but you can pause it right here and take a look at all that if you want to. And as you can see, some of it's been redacted. I didn't do that. 2 action points. Cut and save action points for future promotions. Valaverse.com. Valaverse. Follow Valaverse on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories and the accessories from the accessory pack. And we'll start with the figure's accessories. And here we have, we can't see very well, so let's turn the light on there. So some type of futuristic looking rifle. And of course I dropped it there. And he has a sidearm in the same colors. Nice detailing. Nice paint on that too. Nice bright color. These guys want you to see them coming. And then here is his knife. Nice silver paint app there on the edge of the blade. And nice sculpted detail. Nice looking little knife. Then he comes with 3 extra sets of hands. A set of cradling hands on an in and out hinge. A set of trigger finger hands on an up and down hinge. And a set of grip hands on an in and out hinge. And the figure itself comes with a set of fist hands already attached to it. Now, as far as the swarm pack, well, I missed a piece, didn't I? So here we have the Action Force base, nice diamond metal looking design to it. So very nice stand, has 4 peg holes, or 4 pegs rather. Holes are in the feet. Durr. So that's nice looking, and I'm glad that we get stands with these guys. Now on to the swarm pack. Here we have this little submachine gun thing. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not a firearms expert. And then here's a grenade launcher. And here's what appears to be a riot shield made out of some kind of honeycombed energy. And here we have the backpack flight pack, which looks like, you know, a wasp or bee or whatever, stinging bug. And again, it has that, you know, it's translucent and it looks like energy wings to me. I mean, that might not be what it is, but that's what it looks like. It has this, I'm assuming this is the Hive logo or Swarm logo. And then it has a lot of nice details in there. And I mean, just the details here in the wings are cool. And even details on this side, so that's cool. And then the wings they only go down this far and they go up this far, and there's a setting right here in the middle also, so that's pretty cool. And that also comes with a stand made out of that energy looking plastic. So he's got an energy stand, still says Action Force, still has that diamond plating look to it. So very nice. Now on to the main event, the figure himself. And let's take a look at that. Wow. That helmet looks awesome. Some little vents here in the back. This piece right here is a separate piece, and it does buckle in, button in here and here. Nice paint apps all over this figure. That silver really pops with that yellow, and then the black and the translucent there for the eyes. That's pretty cool. The holster is attached to the thigh. This belt and these straps here are separate pieces, and the sheath for the knife is here, and that's on the belt, not the figure. So, but you can get this off if you want to. And then these look like it's supposed to be like extra clips for something, but just nice paint and colors all around. Well, let's talk about its articulation, and I'm going to go ahead and say that I did fiddle with this guy a little bit. and his joints are tight, but nothing so bad that I really had to soak it in warm water or use heat on it in any manner. So, but I do understand that there were a lot out of the first series that had issues, so I was very, very careful, and I'm going to be very, very careful here to make sure that nothing breaks. He can look up that high. He can look down that far. He's maybe got a little chicken neck in there. It's hard to tell. And he's got just a slight bit of waggle in there. He can do the full exorcist, and it looks like the head is on a hinge and ball. And the neck is one piece with the torso. At the shoulders, it'll come up that far, but you can get 90 degrees out of it. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this shoulder piece right here does rub on the silver paint, and it could cause some issues in the future. You can see it already starting to peel it a little bit there, so just be aware of that. He does have a butterfly joint, and it'll go back that far and forward that far, so that's pretty sweet. It will do a full 360 degree rotation. There is a cut here at the upper bicep for another 360 degree rotation. At the elbow, it's a double hinged pinless elbow, and it will give you that much bend. And here's the fist I was talking about earlier, and at the wrist it rotates 360 degrees, and the fist is on an in and out hinge. Alright, there is a cut here, and it gives you a little bit of side to side and just a tad bit of swivel. And it's not much. It doesn't really want to do that. Here at the waist, again, it gives you some, a little bit of hula, but it really doesn't want to give you much spin. And that's, I think, just an issue. Well, not really an issue. I think it's designed that way to really not swivel all the way around. Now, with those two joints, he'll bend back that far. He'll crunch forward that far, so that's pretty sweet. At the hips, they are on a drop-down hinge, just like G.I. Joe classified. And with that drop-down, he'll give you that much of the splits. As you can see, this stuff gets in the way some. And with that drop-down hinge, he will kick forward that far and backwards that far. At the upper thigh, there is a cut, and it does give you, let me straighten the camera back up here, it does give you a 360 degree rotation. At the knee, it's a double hinged pinless knee, and it gives you that much bend, and nothing in here. At the ankle, it does tilt down that far. It tilts up that far, which is just slightly, but it might be enough. And then it does have a forward-facing pin, and it gets slight rocker, this kind of boot top, whatever this is, it gets in the way of that somewhat. Now, as far as weapons storage, his pistol will go right in the holster, if I can get it in there. And it kind of clicks in place, and it stays. It's in there pretty good. And then as far as his knife goes, it just goes right into the sheath, and you just give it a little extra push, and it stays in there really well. So again, I will say that the joints are kind of tight on this guy. And let's change out some of his hands. Give me just a second, folks, off the camera. Alright, and we're back, and I've changed out the hands to a trigger finger hand and a grip hand. And let's take a look at the backpack real quick. You have to make sure that this overlay piece is lined up with the hole in his back. And I didn't do that. Alright, there we go. It's about as lined up as it gets. And when you have it lined up correctly, it'll just plug right straight in there with no issues. So there's how that looks. That's pretty sweet. Good luck getting to your knife, pal. Well, no, I'll take that back. And as far as that goes, you know, you can hold it in that grip hand pretty well. As far as the weapons go, probably should have done this before I put the backpack on him, but oh well. This one looks like the hardest one to do. The hands are a little stiff, made of stiff plastic, so just be aware of that. And then there we go, got it in his hand. So that's pretty cool. And there's a hole in the barrel, so you can use one of those plug-in effects for it. So there's that weapon. And that looks pretty cool. And then out of the Swarm pack, here we have the rocket launcher. Or grenade launcher, I'm sorry. And again, that looks pretty neat. And then here we have this little submachine gun, and it goes in his hand like super easy. I don't even think he wants to hold it. It's so easy. There, that's not bad. And that one looks pretty cool too. And then of course he's got his shield here, riot shield. If I can get it in his hand without breaking anything. Alright. Alright, there we go. He looks pretty sweet. I'm ready to kick Action Force's butt. So, that is pretty cool. And of course, you know, the stand, there's ports in his feet. And you might have to work it in there just a little bit. So, well, shoot. He doesn't want to go on the stand. And another thing about these stands, you can cut the file cards out, and it does have a nice little groove here in the back of it, and you can put the file card there. So, there we go, guys and gals, if gals are watching. There's the Swarm Trooper with the Swarm Pack accessories in all of his glory. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Valaverse Action Force Swarm Trooper with Swarm Gear next to the Scarab and Sergeant Slaughter. Let's see how he compares up with other lines. And making his cameo appearance from Marvel Legends, we have Stan the Man Lee. And from G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. Here he is with the Star Wars The Black Series Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch comparison from McFarlane Toys DC Universe line, we have 3 Jokers, the Joker, the Clown. For final thoughts on the Valaverse Action Force, Swarm Trooper, and Swarm gear, I have to say it's a pretty nice selection with the gear pack. It comes with the shield, he comes with a backpack with wings, he even comes with 2 extra guns and an extra stand in that translucent plastic. The Swarm Trooper himself is a pretty cool figure. Uses that same body as the Scarab, which we looked at before. And if you want to know more about that, please check that review. And, you know, he just looks pretty darn cool. And as of this recording, they just did another variant of this guy. He has where he's all silver armored up. He's all gold armored up, and that's pretty cool looking. So I might give that one a look too, just to give some variation on these guys. Now I don't intend to buy any more to army build this particular one, or the Scarab, or the one that comes with the gold colors. At the price point that they are, they're not army builder friendly to me. That's to me. Now your mileage of course may vary, and you might buy 100 of these guys. I don't know. That's for you to know. But overall, I like this guy. It's a good set. The gear set is a good set to get. It's really a must-have if you've got the Swarm Trooper. You know, he really needs that backpack to complete his kind of wasp insect look, in my opinion, of course. That does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.